Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. We're here at the port of Algeciras, Spain, ready to get on our ferry over to Tangier Med in Morocco. Tangier Med is a small, newer port town, I think, than Tangier. Tangier is the main port town that everybody goes to, which is kind of a big city, so when you get dropped off at the port, you're kind of dumped into a big city to navigate traffic and street signs and stuff like that. And that's what we heard. So we didn't know what options we had when we went to go book the ticket yesterday. But at the ticket agency, which is one we use that a lot of people recommended, well, I'll put a link in the description for you guys to check the ticket agency out if you're interested in taking your car to Morocco. Really, really good company, really good people that helped us out quite a bit, and a lot of people use them. And in fact, you can't really buy your own ferry ticket for much less money. So to get somebody who knows what they're doing to help out through a ticket agency in this trip is pretty key. So they told us about a ferry that takes us from here to Tangier Med, which is a faster trip and maybe easier. That's what I'm thinking. But we're here today, and the way that the tickets work, it's open-ended. You get a ticket and you don't have to book the specific time of the boat that you go on, and there are multiple boats a day. And from here to Tangier Med in Morocco, it's only an hour and a half. So there's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 boats each day, and the last one is like 11 p.m. or something, really late. But we wanted to get on an early one, so we have all day to kind of figure things out. We got to get SIM cards, we got to find a place to camp, we got to navigate driving in a new country, in a new continent. So it was good that we got here early. So yeah, Africa today. Not sure how long we'll stay in Africa, and probably not too long. I'm guessing about a month or so, and not sure if we're going to go further down than Morocco, maybe Western Sahara, depending on how much time we have and what the weather looks like. It might get too hot. Yeah, we're going today. It's cool. Excited about it. Being that it's Valentine's Day, we have secret Valentines that we're all doing. Oh, and also, we're not going to be here for the rest of February, so our cell phone data is basically going to go to waste. So we're letting the kids burn up our data right now for the next hour. I don't know how good a job they can do, but they're doing their best. I don't want you to burn up data just to burn up data. Do something that you want to do that's fun.
Alright.
Yeah, so last night we slept in the parking lot. Basically all these people that are here, they slept there too. Just outside of the ticket agency, ferries were $280, $240? $282
for the 5 of us.
round trip.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it was around 200 if it was just one driver.
Yeah, so it was an extra 80 for 4 more people round trip, which isn't bad if you think about it. It's 10 euro per person per trip.
Right.
So it was 282 for us. It's pretty cheap. And it's open-ended. The return trip is open-ended too. We just show up at the ferry dock whenever we want to leave. And if there's room, they get us on. Morocco is going to be cool. Not supposed to drink the water there. And they don't eat pork. Muslim country. What else? You're not supposed to eat the vegetables raw. Yeah, no alcohol. But they do have to cater to the tourists, so which means that there's going to be, some places we can buy. All right. On the ferry, car's parked. Now we got to go find a place to chill for a couple hours on the boat. There's Gibraltar. Yeah. Alright, we're on the boat. We are actually, I think, officially we were already in Morocco because we went through customs with the customs officer here on the ferry. So in about an hour and a half, I think is how long this ride goes, we'll be in Morocco. We'll be in Africa. That'll be our 4th continent that we've been to.
yours.
So we made it to the town of Isola on the coast, Atlantic coast of Morocco. We're about 60 miles from where we got off the ferry yesterday, which the ferry left at 11. We got into the port about 2 o'clock. I have 0 videos from when we were on the ferry, getting in the car. I may have some in the car, maybe some of the drive from Marlene's little camera, but we don't have any of the drama, which there wasn't really too much drama, but it's just the new country, new culture experience, totally different. Kind of like what happened in Turkey, which I haven't uploaded yet, I don't think. But we drove about 2 hours from Tangier Med, where we got dropped off, to here. But in between, we didn't have any internet. We bought a SIM card from some guy at the port for €5, but it didn't have any data on it, so we have to figure out how to load it. We also bought €200 worth of liability insurance for the car, which is good for up to 3 months. And the only other option was for 1 month at €97. So we're thinking we're going to spend 2 to 3 months here. So we ended up passing through West Tangier, and we decided to drive into West Tangier near the airport to try to find a cell phone store. And it was pretty hectic. There was just tons and tons of cars in this one part of town right by the airport, and we had to drive through a bunch of places. We never saw a phone company, and not having internet, we couldn't figure out how to find the part of town that had stores like that. And we ended up finding a gas station. We drove past a gas station, and Marlene saw that it had Wi-Fi, so we turned around, pulled into the gas station, hopped on their Wi-Fi for a second, and then found out there was a cell phone store like half a mile away. Then we got back on the busy road, or went to the cell phone store, and Marlene and the kids waited in the car. We parked on this kind of relatively busy, but more foot traffic than car traffic. There's a lot of people walking around, hanging out. And I went into the store, run by just one guy in there, pretty rundown looking place, but it was an official Morocco telecom store. Spoke a combination of Spanish, French, English, managed to get a SIM card with 20 gigs of data on it. And it's pretty cheap. It's 200 Moroccan dirhams, which is about 10 to 1 to US dollars, or 10 to 1 to euros, I guess. And then 30 dirham for the SIM card, so I ended up paying 230 dirhams for 20 gigs on one line. And I bought a second SIM card that we can load more data on for another phone if we want to. So 26 euros we spent to get 20 gigs of data on 2 SIM cards. But managed to get that done. That was pretty good. And then got out of there, started driving towards the coast, and finally got to the Atlantic coast. Saw the Atlantic again since, I don't know when, because we were in Norway and then we're on the Atlantic coast, but I think that was the sea, that was the North Sea or some other sea. And even the coast of Belgium, when we first came off, that technically was not the main Atlantic Ocean, but this is the Atlantic Ocean that we're next to now. And it's really cool to hear just, the waves rolling in, the constant hum of the waves. But here we're at this town. We pulled in and found a campground. This campground we're at, nice to us. It wouldn't be nice to most people that are RV in the US. We like it because it has electricity, has showers, has running water, has hot showers, and big spaces. Not too many people here. And there are a few stray cats running around that are hungry, so we have some cat treats for them. Morocco, one thing is you don't want to drink their water. That's from what we've heard. So a lot of people have asked what we do with water. So for the most part, our water is still from Spain, and we're trying to keep as much of our Spanish water for drinking as possible. And the water that we have here, we use to wash dishes, to take showers, to wash hands, to flush toilets, stuff like that. But I have been experimenting this morning. Last night I boiled a big pot. We have a big pressure cooker. induction stove compatible. So because we have electricity here, I'm using our induction stove to boil a pot full of water, and overnight I let that cool down to room temperature, and this morning I've been using my live straw filter to filter that out. So we bought, over the last month or so, we've been buying some iced teas in plastic bottles, anticipating this. We use these bottles from time to time, even though they're single-use, quote-unquote, bottles. We drink the iced tea, wash it out, and we reuse them over and over again for different things, like taking showers, flushing toilets, just filling up extra water for drinking. So here we're using 3 2-liter ones for water that I'm going to filter from I'm going to boil first and then filter from the live straw, which has a 1 micron filter, and then before we drink it, we'll filter it again in our Brita, which is just a charcoal filter, but it'll filter for taste just in case there's any still different weird taste left. It shouldn't. We should be fine. We bought this live straw filter in Mexico, but in Mexico we actually had a lot of these water purification places that would just fill your tank with filtered water, clean, good, reverse osmosis filtered water for very little money. So we didn't have to do that. So we hardly ever use this thing. We used this thing once in Albania last year. So yeah, I think we're going to put it to some good use today, especially to be able to keep those plastic bottles that we've been carrying around to good use, to be able to conserve our clean Spanish drinking water as much as we can. We're officially in Morocco now.